Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner studio, and with me today is Bruce Rappaport. Bruce is running for a seat on the town council. It's for an unexpired term, I believe it is, isn't it? So it's just for a year.
Yeah, yes,
You
it
got
is.
to do this all over again in a year.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Well, it is, and it has opened up your eyes on a lot and talked to a lot of people. So, Bruce, like I ask everyone, I said, why in the world do you want to be on the town council?
Well, I want to help bring the community back together. We've had some disagreements between the town and the county, and I want to bring some cohesion. And I care about this town. My family had a long investment in this town. It's business entrepreneurs on Main Street. And that's pretty much why I'm running.
Your family goes back a long way. I've heard you tell the story, and I didn't realize that I didn't get the name. Well, Rappaport. How many Rappaports are there in Warren County, right? But your mother, I used to go down. Uno. I used to go down. I bought all my SAS shoes from your mother. She had the Boston store there, and she's a great lady.
Yep.
And that changed when she was gone. All that Main Street, she was the last one, so to speak. We used to have all the different clothing stores and everything on Main Street, and she held on. If you were a real woman, you could go down there and buy clothes.
Yeah, well, we had men's stuff too, but it was primary ladies shop.
And she actually helped you, and she was great. I loved her. She was great.
Yeah. It started in 1911. She came along in 1933.
Yeah.
I had a great uncle that started the business.
Yeah. Well, that's important because that gives you roots in the community, and like you said, you really care about the community, and that's the reason why you're running. You've been knocking on a lot of doors.
Yes, I have.
And what have you learned?
A lot of folks are disgruntled with the way the community's been running right now, and they're looking for change. And I believe that I'm a good change agent for them. I've had 30 years of experience in planning and scheduling and procurement, buying. I've been a liaison between manufacturing, engineering, and marketing for multi-million-dollar companies up to $5 billion companies. Right. So I think I can bring some leadership to the government.
If you can get engineers and marketing on the same page, that's pretty good.
Yeah, everybody's got their own little functional agenda, I'm like a third baseman on a baseball field. A lot of line drives coming.
Yeah, that's true. That's really what council and the board of supervisors is really, coordinating between all the different aspects and looking at all the information that kind of gets funneled in, and then sitting down and being able to make a decision. And it's not as easy as people let on. And this is where experience and, I hate to say age sometimes, comes into. You've learned a lot in the University of Hard Knocks.
Yeah. Well, I might be old as dirt, but I'm young at heart. Right.
That's great. Yeah. But again, go back to these knocking on doors. I tell people that's how you win elections in Warren County. Is you got to knock on a lot of doors, and people are frustrated. And I'm sure what you think will be a 5-minute thing, knock on your door, sometimes turns into.
It can turn into long ordeals, but it's important because when you look at the organizational chart of the town, the voice of the people is at the top.
Exactly.
And we work for them. And I'm a servant to them. And I've said over and over again, I'm not a public speaker, but I can be a good servant.
Yeah. I told Bruce a couple times, I said, Bruce, when I ask him a question, there's a pause. I said, because Bruce is thinking about, he's a thinker. So,
yeah, I'm an independent thinker, but I'm a person that's going to listen to the people.
Exactly.
And I'm not on any agendas. I don't need any agendas. I'm going to hear them, and they're going to be my agenda.
Yeah, because that's one thing, over the years, it always seems to come up to the council and the board of supervisors is the public input. They kind of want to squash it. This new board on the board of supervisors has opened it back up again, and they want people to come and speak. And I think it seems like the town council is just, they've cut their meetings in half, and which might be a good thing. But, we really people need to have an opportunity to come and at least have their representatives, have them be heard,
When I look up on the wall there and it says, in God we trust, I don't want to see in censorship we trust.
Exactly.
I want people to have a voice. And if that means going back to 2 council meetings a month, then so be it. That's what we need to do. And people need to realize that they need to engage in the work sessions. If you can't be there in person, it is a small room.
Sure.
You should tune in and watch the videos, because that's where they're really talking about the agendas that are going to be taking place.
Exactly. And when you get to the meeting, that's pretty much the vote. But the work session is where the work happens.
That is the critical point.
That's the one thing that we started doing when we started the Royal Examiner, was taking the camera to the work sessions. No one had ever really seen a work session because they were in small rooms and very few people ever showed up. Right. And all of a sudden, we've sparked a lot of influence or awareness on these work sessions by just having them. And now, of course, they've got their video going all the time, which is good. I think people want to know what's going on in our community.
Yeah, you can't, as a public citizen, you can't speak at the work sessions, but you can certainly hear what they're talking about. And then you have your shot at the public.
Or, it's a small room, so you can catch them afterwards.
That's right. Yeah, you can corner them.
You can corner them.
Yes,
so
indeed.
what is the main thing you think you've come away from this election that you've learned that that you think you can really make a difference on?
Well, I can tell you that we need to have a good business plan, and the 3 items that come in mind are focusing on sustainable technology, focusing on the big one in my mind is tourism, with this because of our location, and the other thing is to look at the health system that we have with the new hospital. There's probably a lot of livable wage jobs that we could be bringing in. I mean, for example, I don't know if we even have a machine shop operation in this community. And when you look at what's going on with the supply chain right now, when this pandemic is over, right now the suppliers can't keep up with the demand of the requirements of the businesses, because the economy is hot, and I can tell you right now, steel is hard to get, and it takes what used to take maybe 14 weeks to get is taking almost 6 months. This is high grade steel.
Sure.
There's and think about your vehicles. So these are the kind of things that I think we can grow on and maybe bring livable wage jobs into the community. For example, in Prince William County, they're ramping up the Innovation Technology Center around the Manassas area. Well, it may behoove if we had machine shops, for example, here with CNC, did CAD/CAM, computer-aided design, computer-aided manufacturing, then we could maybe bring new business in. And I know that there is people here that have that skill technology that would just love. They would love not to drive up and down that road.
Exactly.
Okay, and there's things that even like the state of Vermont that are doing that it's quite interesting. Is in these rural communities, they have like rural innovation technology grant programs to where they're trying to induce companies to let their workers remotely work and they're actually giving these employees, the state is giving the employees money to relocate up to $10,000.
Sure.
So it's sort of a green approach, if you will.
Yeah, I looked at that, and I mean, one thing about real estate is always location, location, location.
Yes.
And I look at these jobs that have gone to Harrisonburg and to Winchester, and I'm looking at it and thinking, really, Warren County is a much better location.
Oh, yeah.
We're close. We have the two interstates. We got a river. We got a railroad. We got a port. We're close to the city. We got an interstate running right down the middle of town.
Oh, yeah.
And and I look at it. I said, now, why did they relocate there? It's just strange that we're not getting. There's a lot of reasons why: housing, workforce, and ease of moving your business to our county. So those are little things that's where our town and county governments really play a vital role on getting that. And you mentioned this remote learning. I think that, as we know, jobs move from D.C. to Arlington to Fairfax to Manassas, Gainesville, and now Front Royal.
Right.
And I think that people can, with technology, we have a big broadband initiative going on. We could be the remote capital of the world, or at least of Washington, D.C.
We're the next stop, and these folks with Amazon moving into Crystal City and Virginia Tech expanding their campus out that way. A lot of those folks are being priced out of the of that area, and they're moving out to Prince William County. I mean, townhouses in Prince William County are almost going for $500,000. Right. So there's going to be folks out of Prince William County that are going to want to move out here.
And then when they do move out there, guess what happens down the road? The jobs move out there too.
That's correct.
That's why you see all the Manassas years ago was nothing but a bedroom community, and now that's where the industry is. So the jobs follow the people because they want a workforce. And I think that our time will come. Goes back to your plan. We need to plan for this vision. The old saying is the urgent gets in the way of the important. And so our government and town council, maybe you get down in the weeds over things that we need to be thinking 5 years or 10 years, maybe even 50 years down the road of road structures and our infrastructure and our sewer and our water.
Yes. That's very important. I mean, there was a CHA study. If you want to get into water,
sure.
The CHA study says that we're pulling 1.3 million gallons per day in the town, and then we're pulling 1.2 million gallons per day of water out of the river and running it out to the corridor. And by 2035, there's going to be a need to. We're going to reach our capacity of 4 million gallons per day, and we'll probably be up around 4.8 million. So we'll have to file an application with the state in order to draw more water.
And what people don't realize, though, is all the communities downstream are doing the same thing, and there's only so much water in the river.
Right.
And we're not going to grow without water.
No, and maybe we need to be looking at some abandoned quarries and looking at. I know we have at least one or two out here, and looking at a water treatment plant. I mean, third world nations are doing these things. It's not rocket science.
I know it.
So, but it does take planning.
Well, and it takes planning, and it takes coordination of several governments, and not just town can't do it by themselves. It's going to take the town, the county, the state to do these things, and that's where someone that's interested in negotiating and doing that, sounds like you might be right in that. You have a little experience in that area.
Yeah. Well, I'm all about saving a few bucks for the taxpayer, and that's an important place to be. We don't want to spend. We want to watch our budgets. That's what I do on my job. I'm looking at budgets all the time. We need to have the material on time. We need to be on budget, and we need to deliver it when the customer wants it.
Exactly.
So
sounds like a town council job.
Look, it's all the same deal, just in a different industry, if you will.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Well, we still have one more Saturday of early voting.
Yep.
That is this Saturday. That's the 30th.
Yes, sir.
So polls will be open at the registrar's office for early voting. Then they
Yes, sir.
close there, and then we have election day on Tuesday,
right.
the 2nd, which
Yeah.
will be here in a heartbeat.
Yes,
So
sir.
we want to encourage people to, if you haven't already voted, please plan. If you need to vote early,
Yeah.
Saturday's the last day, and then
Yes, sir.
on Tuesday is the magic day.
Yeah, Saturday you can vote from 9 to 5, and every day it's 9 to 5 during the week, and
Right.
I'm out there every day. The rest of this week, and I'll be out there on Monday, and I'll be out there on Tuesday. So come on out and vote for me on those days.
Yeah.
Be very much appreciated. And if you want to take a look at my Facebook page, it's rap4towncouncil@gmail.com.
There you go.
Okay.
We'll find you. I'll put all that information below the video here,
Yeah.
and people
All right.
can get in touch with you. Want to find out more about you.
Yes,
All right?
sir.
Well, Bruce, I appreciate it. I know it is a lot of work. We've done it a couple times in the past. We know how hard it is,
Yes, sir.
but I think it makes a difference and give people a choice.
The people need a choice, and I think I'm the best choice for this one.
I appreciate it, Bruce.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Yeah. Take care. Good seeing you.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.